Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I did not do a sound check. Just somebody let me know real quick. Normally I check, but I always still like to find out. Oh, Gorilla Man, don't even talk about the rain. Floods, dude. I mean, it's been nothing but rain all week long. And power lost again today. A lot of downed trees this week. Give me a holler on the sound, guys, just to make sure. And let me pull mute that. I always mess up and end up something picks up the sound, so I'll put my Bluetooth on, and if that happens, you guys won't hear it. And okay. Thank you, Mr. Stout. Thank you, Mr. Chad B. Thank you, David Reynolds. Good evening, everybody. You see this little lighting thing that just happened right here? Chad, we need to talk because we have the same camera. This drives me frickin' insane. So, like, I'll turn and look down. I don't know if this happens, but since we're going to be on the subject of lighting, my screen will go dark. Didn't do it just now. But don't need to talk about it now. But Chad, since we have the same camera, just let me know if that happens to you. Like, you got to be still. The tracking works really well to keep me in focus and keep the background that blurry-ish that everybody seems to do. But I don't know, when it gets to the top of my head or side of my head too long, it loses me. And then this one light back here, I had to turn kind of sideways because it was picking that up, and it kept jumping and focusing the background and making me blurry. It's the only thing I don't like about this lens. So it's not the best all the time. I mean, all around. But yeah, hey, don't expect this to be a really big, even though it is a giveaway. And this isn't for subscribers only. You don't have to subscribe to my channel. I don't want those kind of viewers. Being a subscriber might be a little partial because the way I'm going to do this isn't going to be just a random thing. So I'm not going to really, I don't want to make this an unboxing, but I do have to say GVM sent me. I got an email out of the blue. I thought at first it was one of those Amazon deals where they were going to want me to purchase it. You got to do this. They hold you at ransom until you give them a positive review. And then they give you a refund through PayPal or something. So that's what I thought it was. That's not what it was. They just flat out sent me a LED lighting kit, and it turned out to be over $400 kit. So it was a total of 3 lights, and it comes in this giant suitcase. And I have one behind me. I have one off in front of me. And then we still have one inside here, but just to show you how they come. And then I'm just going to show you each light. And before I show you each light, though, I'll explain how we're going to do this giveaway. So anybody that doesn't want to go any further can drop out early. I won't make you wait till the end of the live to find out how you win one of these. But it comes, the light itself comes in this nice drawstring bag. And then on the other side, and this lighting set here is actually also app controlled, which is really nice. I like that. This isn't the ideal situation here for me to do this, guys. So, then inside you got a tripod. These tripods are actually really nice. I have had their lighting. They've got really nice stuff. I don't know if they're the leader, but they actually have really nice stuff. And then you have a box of all your power cords. So what I'm going to do is, for the giveaway, we have this set up here. And of course nothing goes back the way it should. We have this set up here. And then I have another one that's pretty much the exact same thing, except made by Neewer. I'll call it Neewer. Neewer. But that's this one right here. And then this one right here. No, I'm sorry. That's that one right there. This one right here is the GVM. So I'm going to turn that again so it doesn't mess up with the focus. And I saw your comment, Chad. I'll turn it off. That's pretty smart. Thank you. That's why I hang out with you. But it's the Neewer, and then I have the two Neewer wands, if you will, behind me, and they're on full tripods as well. And all of these go much higher. They go over 6 feet tall. They also have, I don't know about this one. Yeah. They all also, which does not come with them, they also have battery packs. These guys each hold 2 battery packs, and then the 2 in the center hold 1 battery pack. So you can take it out on a field at night with you. If you're a photographer and you need studio lighting or something like that for some night photography, you can put batteries in these. Just, your little square brick batteries, and take them on to go with you. So what we're going to do is this giveaway is what I'm going to do is give one of these away for now. I'm keeping 2, 1 for me, and then I'm just going to keep 1 aside. And then someday if I see somebody starting out, they have potential, and I want to help out their channel or something, that's what I intend to use that for. So that will be a future just gift to somebody. So we're going to give 1 of those away. It's app controlled. The Neewer is exactly pretty much the same thing as far as it does color. It does white. It does off-white. It's got goofy features like flash and sirens and all that. Except it's not app controlled, and it does not have the flaps. But you can go out and purchase one of these guys. This is a separate thing that you can purchase and put it on as a shade. So that'll be separate, and then these I'm gonna give as a set. And then I have 2 of these smaller ones. These are brighter than any of these. These will do a ton of colors. They come with a remote control that has every color under the sun and different programmable features like the flashing lights and the flash photography effects and things like that. These are actually very good lights. They're all metal construction, very heavy duty, nice glass, not plexiglass on the front. I purchased these, never used them. They're not really cheap. So I've got 2 of these. Each of them comes with the remote control. So I'll do separate giveaways on that as well. So it's a total of 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 of these. And the only thing the winner will have to pay is shipping. All of this stuff shipping, that would be very expensive. So when you add it all up. So who wins it? Who? Anybody that has a YouTube channel or some sort of deal where they can share with me what they do. So if you have a YouTube channel, you just do a live stream. You do both reviews and live streams. All I got to do is see your channel, and I'm going to just check out your lighting. If you have a nice setup and you don't need the lighting, Chad B. Chad said he wanted it, and I told him, you're not going to win this. His always looks awesome. So I'm not ruling him out. We'll see. I mean, it might not be a huge turnout as far as people that want them and need them. So Chad B might win one. But basically, I watch a lot of these live events, and some guys just have bright lighting. This is actually how I when I do my lives, this is how I like it. I like it to be just like this. I can make myself nice and dark here, but I prefer it to be a little brighter. I can see everything around me. I'm always reading something, whether it be show notes or specs or what have it. My computer screen isn't glowing so much off to one side, so I actually prefer a brighter scene versus some of the guys like Sergio and Michael, where it's all dark and red and purple lights and stuff like that. Those guys have good light setups. Those are the guys who won't win the lighting. So if you have, and this is where I think it was Lon that said Maddie wins everything. Maddie, this might be something you might want to enter into because you don't have lighting. You just sitting in a room. You don't like. I'm sorry. Not that you don't have lighting. You don't have a studio type. You don't have a place really set for yours. So, Maddie, yours is one I noticed. I'm not knocking you, but maybe some lighting, throw a little color on you or whatever you want to do. Maybe it would work for you. So, anyway, you can show me that you need lighting and that I can see that you need lighting, just so some random Joe just doesn't win it, that doesn't need it, and turns around and just sells it or what have it. I like to feel good about my giveaways. I like to feel like they're going to the right intended people, the people they were intended to go to. So I've done giveaways in the past where after it's all said and done, I'm just uncomfortable about how it turned out, who got it. Because, if I do random pick names, they're legit. I don't pick my favorites. And sometimes that legit winner, in the end, you might be like, I'm not crazy that I did that. So I'm not crazy about it that I did that. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I'm going to pick it, and it's not going to be, he's been such a good contributor to the channel, or he's a subscriber to the channel. You don't have to be a subscriber. You don't have to be a contributor in any way. Buying my merch, donating in the super chat, things like that. You don't have to do any of that to win. Just show me you need it. That's all. I feel better giving it away if I know you need it, and it will help whatever your goal is here on YouTube, doing a live stream, what have it. So, and this is coming from a guy who, like, normally anybody that would be doing this would have a kick-ass little lighting setup or whatever. Like Sergio and Michael actually have some really a good view in their channel. And sitting here pitching all this lighting on you guys to give away, you would think I would have that kind of setup. But like I said, it's just I don't like that kind of scene while I'm doing a live when I'm trying to read stuff and all that. Maybe once I get new eyes, I'll let things darken up a bit, but I can't see for shit half the time. I'm like 2 years behind on updating my prescription. But anyhow, that's how you're going to win. So basically, you have a YouTube channel. That's just a regular channel that you occasionally get on and do stuff with. As far as, something that you're sitting there doing how-tos, that could do it for you if your how-tos don't have good lighting. If you do a live stream where you sit and just chit-chat and do a little shit show like mine, that could be one way of getting it. If you go out on the field, because these take batteries, like I said, you have to order those separate. But if you go out on the field and do stuff and need special lighting for special effects, with the lights, or even incorporating the lights with your drones. That's another way. But all I really need to see is just share your channel with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in my in the description. It'll say everything in the description of this video when it replays in its entirety, and I'll put a email address for you to just send the link to your channel. And only the ones that are emailed to me with the link to their channel, or whatever you want to show me, only those are going to be what I go through and pick. So, I mean, it's a total of 5 here, guys. I don't expect it's going to be a huge turnout for people to send in their links and stuff. So, I mean, really, it's anybody's game. Anybody could be a winner here. And, yeah, Don at Little Mountain Life. Oh, yeah, see? Here I am wearing it again. Yes, and just because I'm wearing his shirt doesn't mean he's going to win. It'd be funny if I announced the winner, one of the winners being Don, and I'm wearing his shirt. But yeah, that the fact that they're battery powered. I don't have any batteries. I don't go outside and do stuff, but I have seen where they are used that way, and you see reviews and you know, regular photographers that are out taking pictures of people, or, you know, brides or what have it, out in a low lit. That's how they power them. They have the batteries on them. So you see these big lights on tripods, and it's pretty cool that they work with the batteries like that. So, yeah, Don says he's gonna win. Yeah, you might, Don. I mean, just I'll review your videos, even though I've probably watched every single one, and see if Don needs a lighting setup. You might be just one of 5 people that sends me a link and says, "Hey, I want to win this." So, got to do it. Got to give the big shout out to GVM. I mean, this was one hell of a thing to send me. Like I said, over $400. They have the 3-pack, a 2-pack. It's hard to find the 1-pack, and it's actually better price-wise just to get at least a 2-pack. And then, like I said, they are app control, and I'll quickly show you that on it, that it's app control, and just how that works. So I'm going to end up blinding you on the camera, but I'll just show you each one real quick. This one, if I get the right switch. So that's that one. So right there, it's set up to do the multicolor siren. That's not siren. I forget what that mode's called, but you can change it. You can make it just flicker. You can make it go solid, bright white. You can make it go whatever Kelvin you want, bright light to soft white or in between. All kinds of different effects there. And then it's got a piece of film on the front. You remove that, it's even brighter. Right now it's set to a little lower setting. These things can absolutely blind you. They are that bright. So that's that. Don't make the mistake of looking at them, because trust me, you will see dots for a while up and close in person. So then we have these guys. See if I can find the power buttons on them. So we have these. They have a yellow film on them right now. You can set them to a bright white and a soft white as well. Different Kelvin levels will put you at that. These are nice because typically for lighting, when you're sitting there in front of the camera and you're doing a review or something, these are nice to have out on the side if you wear glasses. You're not going to have that glare or anything. I just don't have the setup. If I didn't repair drones and own so many guns and all the stuff that's sitting around me, I could do that. But I have just way too much stuff. You can You literally have a path in this room. It would be embarrassing if I showed you my floor. Plus, like I said, it's been raining all week, so I completed every drone repair. So they're all boxed up and ready to ship, and some are waiting for payment. But that's those. These will be given as a set. Both of these will go to a winner. And you can also say which one you would like to win. The GVM, the Neewer square, or the Neewer sticks, or the Novostella, which I'll show you that as well. This baby is so bright. I mean, I won't make the mistake of looking at it. But you can switch colors. And then you've got different scenes, I think, down here. Let's see what that does. Yeah, different flashing, different color changes, slow, and you can make that up faster, slower, brighter. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. I'm not looking at what I'm hitting, so I'm not doing a great job. There's like sirens, there's flash bulbs, all kinds of stuff. So, and like I said, every color under the sun on these. So, one each of these. They don't get hot, at least I haven't noticed. Like I said, they are, can't really tell, it's not tinging, but they're heavy duty. Like you could drop those and not hurt anything. You could drop them on your foot and probably break your toe. Then we got this guy over here. This is the app control one, and I am going to show you this one with the app. I went on and read reviews on it. People were complaining about how hard it is. I guess they're just people that aren't really tech savvy. I have no problem whatsoever. I connected to the app like that. It's just a Bluetooth connection. And it's a Bluetooth connection. And you watch. Doing this live, it probably won't connect. But yeah, it detected. I put it in app mode on the back here. It's in app mode. You can make it a master or a slave. If you're using two, one would be the master, one would be the slave. And whatever you did to one, the other would mimic it perfectly. And you can also do that through the app. But right now I just have this set for a single use on the app because I have one running out there. I don't want them to do the same thing. So let's go into the app, and they give you a barcode. You scan it. It's right here on the package. You just scan it, and then boom. But you go onto the app, you click connect, and then it connects to the Bluetooth. And then you have full control. You can sit here and change the color to whatever you want. And you can brighten that baby way up. It's got saturation, the brightness. You can do the scenes. This is called disco. This is called bad bulb. This is called candle. I probably have it too bright for you guys. Let's turn it down a little bit. Oops, that's too low. There we go. So this is candle. It just gives you a little flicker, very light. This is lightning. Great sound effects. And this is the cop car. So, I mean, will you use all these features? I don't know. Someone like Ken Heron would use this on his show because he does all these crazy sound effects and everything, and I'm sure he does. I don't really watch a lot of his stuff, but I'm sure this is the type of stuff he would use. It's got a niche, or a niche, as people say. This is TV. What does TV do? It's just a subtle pulse change. This is Party, guys. And Paparazzi. This has got to be incredibly boring for you guys. So that's different scenes. I'm going to get out of this and call it done on showing you. But again, a huge thank you to GVM for sending this out. I'm going to put links in if you want to purchase your own full 3-set or 2-set. Put their links out. They were kind enough to send this, so naturally I do want to share their links. I do know they have good quality products. You can tell as soon as you get it in your hands, take it out of the package, the way it's packaged. I've seen them and used one before. And it was actually real tiny compared to this. So I actually returned it and then got this one over here. So now I'm giving that one away. I'm keeping one of these and giving one of these away. And then later I'll give another one away to somebody if I just happen to notice you need it. So let's turn that off. And just real quick, say one more time, all it takes to win, and then let's get on to talking about the Hubsan Xeno Mini that's reigning minis in the U.S. today. I'll give you an email in the description of this video when it plays in its entirety after the live broadcast. You send your channel link or whatever to show me what you do. And don't go and create a really crappy video and say, I really need it. Look how terrible my lighting is. Like you're sitting in the dark. Because especially if you have a channel, I'm going to go and look at all your other content as well, where lighting would apply. So we're not going to pull one over on Chris here. But you'll just send it to that email. You can make note as to which one you would like. The wands, the GVM, the newer square version like the GVM, and the Novostellas. So, and I forget where I purchased these. Might have been Amazon. I'll put links to them in there too. These are great to set down on the floor, light up a portion somewhere in your house. If you're trying to create a scene in your romantic scene or something in your house. It'd probably be very good to grow plants as well because they are super bright. You can probably get a suntan with those babies. You can turn them down, but they get real bright. They're brighter than any of these, and they're the smallest. So that's it. GVM, thank you one more time for sending me these lights. This is my version of an unboxing and review and giving away the product that you sent me. And I hope that you are happy with it because this is as good as it gets. I'm just not, I'm not a reviewer. Like I'm not a everybody send it to me type of reviewer. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff to be sent to me in review. I only say yes to those things I like, and I do like their lighting. So it's very rare you guys see me do any of this stuff. So, Don, a little kissing up there to GVM does good. It really does. It does very good. Don's working me and GVM. He's working their room tonight. And he's got me wearing his shirt. So, I'm going to go through real quick. I didn't do a roll call. I don't know that I'll necessarily go through the whole thing. I'm actually even surprised we have 32 people in here. If it was a drone giveaway, we'd have 200 people in here, but it's a rare situation. So I'm very excited about this one because I can give so much of them away, 5 giveaways, and it shouldn't be that big of a turnout as far as causing me a lot of work. That's the other thing about giveaways is they create a lot of work. Even when you have help, they turn out to be a lot of work. So, depending on how you do them. And if you just throw out a number, that's easy. But depending on how you can do them, it's sometimes a real pain in the backside. So, thank you, Matt Bagwell. Hit that thumbs up on your way out or while you're sitting here now while I take a drink of my beverage. that is dripping because it's humid. I didn't turn the air on or adjust the air. So it's dripping down on me. Looks like I wet my pants. Probably did. All right, so on to the show. Go in. I got to turn up a little bit here so I can read you guys, or I'll actually go onto my phone so I don't have to look up like an old man in my bifocals. My eyes are terrible right now. I've got to get them. I'm going to call tomorrow and make an appointment. Guido, Maddie's Drone World, Tony D. I think you were here and had to leave because you're having computer problems. I saw that. There's a few people I was chatting with, Lon and such, in the chat prior to the show. Keep in mind when you do that, that usually disappears, so that you can say whatever you want and it'll just go away. And then Joe Powers. Yeah, we'll give Marcus a shout out for his Xeno, but he did kind of rub a few people the wrong way. I don't think he did it. It was actually Ron that posted, the first person in the USA. Ron is he's got dry humor, a lot like me, and a lot of times people take him serious. So there were a few people that were upset that said that heard Marcus was the first to get it in the USA. I actually think Greg Pittman was the very first one that I saw get his today. So I'm going to give it to Greg Pittman. Senator Perry, thank you very, very much. Just to drive by, looking forward to SD card talk. There won't be any SD card talk, unfortunately, but thank you very much, buddy. But yeah, Joe Powers, Lon, and Dave Reynolds, Mike Henrik, Gorilla Man's Garage. There's a few of you I need to give some wrenches to. Chad B, Mr. Stout, Big Ray Stout, and Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. And Eric Evan Nostrand, PN, that's Peter, and Phoenix Video, and there's my favorite person in the whole wide world. It's because I stop and I think about it. I get myself hung up. When I'm watching the relives play over and I see your name, I say it. I think I say it all right. Akarasho is how I'm going to just say it right now. So that might be the closest I've ever been. I think you told me, I forgot what you told me I could call you. There was something else you told me I could call you, and I forgot what that is. You're dealing with somebody who can't spell, can't pronounce names, and can't remember shit. Lon, I got you. Matt Bagwell, Adrian Mateo Drones. You're not in here very much, buddy. How you doing? Gene Fox, usually always in here. A lot of you, majority of you, are my faithful button hitters, bell hitters. I'm sorry. That always show up and show your support. Thomas Tobin and Jeremy Boyce. Jeremy, are you and Chad related anyway? You guys need to talk. Jeremy Boyce and Chad Boyce. I've never asked that up. Oh, he just said, "What's up?" In the chat, he said, "What's up, cousin Chad?" Are you guys really related, or is it just? Are you just calling him cousin Chad because the last name Boyce? I mean, Chad's actually my brother, if you guys didn't know. My brother from another color. And some people might, I can't believe you just said that. That's something I have said with Chad for a while. It's not the very first time he's ever heard that, and it does not offend him. He is my brother from another color. In a world where you should not see color, I have to say. Just see people for who they are. And I think I got everybody. Mike, did I get you? Mike Henrik, Don at Little Mountain Life. You got a lot of shout outs today. I'm done with you, Don. This is the longest Don stayed in a chat for a while. Normally, Don is the very first person, and Don is gone. He must not have the kiddos tugging at him or be doing his honeydew list tonight. And Dennis, how you doing there, buddy? And now I think I got everybody. Greg Pittman, yes, there you are. I'm calling Greg Pittman out as the first that got his in the U.S. That's the first one I saw. I saw that before anything was announced on Marcus's. But then again, if it came from Marcus directly, I don't know, because childishly, he's got me blocked on Facebook, so I can't see anything he posts. I'm not that type of troll to where I follow people around and have to be a bully on the internet. But I'm blocked. And Gitman, and I keep thinking I'm at the end, and I'm not. Are we there? I think we are. I think it's everybody. Still going. Everybody. I think I got y'all. Did I miss anyone? I don't want to. Senator Perry, I got your shout out there on the screen. I did get one. There's one. Frazamad, I did not get you. Tommy Vance, I'm not sure if I got you. And there's probably so much going on, as I'm seeing right here in the chat, since I'm sitting here spending so much time on shout outs. But I actually think I got you all now. Yes, that's it. Everybody. If I did not get you, there's your shout out. Thank you for joining and coming along for, as I say, my shit show. So, a lot of chat was going on. Let's talk about this Hubson Minis. Let's pop up the fancy banner and let's close out the person. I'm just going to hit one and then close it out. There we go. And show the fancy banner here on the screen. Hubson Minis are popping up in the USA. Nothing official on mine. I have kind of put the puzzle pieces together. It seems like everybody is getting the 128 gig delivered. Since I went 3 batteries, I went on the cheaper side going with the 64 gig. I will not need the 128 gig. Unless my files get stuck on there and you can't transfer them, but I won't need anything more than 64 gig. So that's why I think I am waiting. At first I was thinking they were going to do the battery game, try to do the smaller packages first and send out the other packages later. I'm still told that nothing has changed within my window, although I did get a random email this morning from them. I've got a whole reply thread since May with them, asking them questions and stuff like that to get information to share here. But I got an email from them today that said, "Hello, Chris," and then that was it. No more text, nothing. Maybe they are sending me my tracking number and forgot to type that part in and just hit send. So I responded back with a whole bunch of question marks, but I guess due to the time difference, they should be getting that sometime late tonight because it'll be the morning there. So hopefully they'll send me an email saying, "Oops, sorry, here's your tracking." Fingers crossed. I'm not going to rush right out, guys, and do a live and say I've got my mini and hold it up and do all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that. I promise you I am not going to do that. I don't like to be that rush to the camera guy that I got it. Look here, I got it. All my crying is over. I'm not crying saying I didn't get my mini. Where's my mini? I'm not doing any of that. I like to watch everybody else do their little gig, and then I want to come in and do mine. It kind of helps you hone your video a little bit. And also some things of what not to do. So that's where I like to be. I would still like to have it here, though, so I could kind of play with it and practice stuff. But I will give a shout out. I didn't write everybody's name down. There's 2 other ones. They'll pop into this noggin here soon. But Greg Pittman, you got yours. His is 128 gig. The other 2 are 128 gig as well. And I'll give Marcus his shout out. He got his. I think it's the 2 battery. I was speaking to Maddie earlier. 2 battery with 128 gig. So everybody seems to be getting the 128 gig. And I did watch Drone Nation. I do enjoy only watching because I enjoy Ron. I really, really, really like Ron. Most people think I don't like that show. I don't like the whole thing because of Marcus. I don't like Marcus. And you guys know why, and we're not going to get into that. If you don't know why, don't worry about it. But I do like to watch because I love Ron's dry sense of humor. He'll say things that go right over top of Marcus's head after all this time of them doing lives. But it's really him just kind of being a dry sense of humor. So one of the things, like you see in my banner right here, said Marcus was the first in the U.S. I actually don't think Ron put that up there to be serious that Marcus really got his before anybody else. So the other person, one person in particular was actually bothered. And then I was in a group with the 2 of them since they were asking questions about it. We chatted in a group chat. And actually both of them were a little bothered, saying that they think they got theirs first. But before they even contacted me, I saw Greg's. So Greg's is the first I saw fall into the USA today. But I did watch Marcus's, I guess that was his unboxing, unless he's done a separate video. I just imagine he grabbed it and called Ron and said, hurry, we got to do a live. And they did a live, and that's that. Because he does rush to things. Like he actually wanted to do all the firmware updates, all the calibrations and everything, and go out and actually fly today. And that's where he makes so many of his mistakes if you watch his videos. But fortunately, they did the live, and that eats up time, and he didn't have time to go to Snake River Canyon to do his flights and have a wobbly, goofy quad because he failed to do his calibrations. He rushed or something like that. So take your time, buddy. Take your time. What do they say? Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So that's the biggest shout out Marcus has gotten from me in a long time. But it's that little piece of advice. It's those little things that I just gave. Those are the things that destroy a relationship with him. So do not give him constructive criticism. Lon, I think you're the only one that really gets away with it. Lon will correct us all and keep us all straight and educate us, because the guy has got a brain in this noggin of his. He's a smart dude, and he keeps us all straight and will correct us. And he's corrected me several times. I think Lana and I in the beginning kind of rubbed off wrong, but we're okay now. But yeah, measure once, cut twice. See, there's another valuable lesson from Lon. Everybody, I should do, anytime Lon is here, we should pop up and do a knowledge of the day from Lon, something to learn from Lon. Learning from Lon, that's what we'll call it. So that's going to be a special segment on my lives whenever Lon is here. Something we can learn from Lon, because I'm not making fun. The dude is a smart motherfucker. Okay, so I think that's enough. We saw all of his minis. He held up every frickin' mini he had. So we saw all his minis. Well, we didn't see all his minis, thank God. I don't want to see that many. But never rubbed you off. Yeah, a lot of things I say could be, like when I'm talking about packages. Lon just said I can't even say it. He never rubbed me off. we clashed maybe in the beginning. But like even when I was talking about Gorilla Man's garage, I was talking about his mini and the size of his package. And you can take those kind of things and just go there with them. But yeah, good catch, Lon. Good catch. So I saw all that stuff with Marcus, and we'll see lots of Snake Canyon, and then the Harrow's Park or wherever he goes to in the near future. Those videos are always fun to watch for me because it's always the same old thing: screen here, drone in the center. Let's show you how the gimbal works. Or I can't do the sticks properly. I don't know what that is. And then the reverse droney, and then we do the flight, and we check out a couple features. And firmware updates, he will be one to do firmware updates, but then when we watch the videos, it won't be anything to do but with the firmware update. So, okay. You think I'm embarrassing? Oh, come on. I mean, be a man, talk about your package, okay? Don't be embarrassed. All right, so the other thing was, wanted to just throw out another reminder. Occasionally, it's been fairly frequent, so I think this is my third one. I do a campaign of shirts. So a new campaign has started, and thank you to everybody who has purchased, and those of you who have not. These are good quality shirts. I am wearing one of the shirts now from Little Mountain Life of Don's exact same shirt company. These are very good soft shirts. You get long sleeve shirts, you get crew necks, you get hoodies, you get sweatshirts, you name it, it's on there. And a majority of sizes. For you really, really big dudes, some things like hoodies don't come in 4X or 3X, I think. I think they stop at 2X, but I don't pay much attention to that. I'm skinny everywhere until you get down to the belly, and I've got that little pot belly, so I'm still deniably in a large when I should probably be in an extra large. But I won't do that till it turns into a belly shirt that doesn't fit my belly. It slides up and shows my belly. So it's going to be on until the end of this month. There's the link, which you cannot click, to my store, but I will put that in the description of the video as well. It's got 3 different styles. You've got my white logo, my color logo, and plan for today, if you guys remember that one. And again, they come in many different colors, styles, whatever shirts you want are pretty much covered. So go show your support, buy yourself a shirt. I think you will really like the quality. And that's enough for the banners. Man, this show is so fancy. All these banners. And this is the free version. The only thing that I'm lacking is 1080. We are actually in 720. It doesn't ever look too terrible to me. If you have a good enough camera here, 720 is not so bad. I don't know. Maybe they are actually 1080 for everybody now. I don't know. So I'm going to go through. Thank you, Don, for putting the clickable link in the chat. And remember, that will also be in the description, along with all the lighting links. If you don't win one and you want to purchase one, or if somebody stumbles across this little shit show a year from now and this is all done and you want to still purchase one of those lights, you can do that. So yeah, recovery one drone. I always want to say recovery drone. Recovery one drone. Yeah, it is 720. I don't know why I was thinking 1080, but yes, you guys are correct. So I'm going to run through the bottom of the chat here. We are 49 minutes. We still have plenty of time to run and do what we want with this. Is there really anything? Do you guys want to stick on the topic of the Xeno Mini with the deliveries? We know for a fact that we've already been shown from the very first reviewer that it does not have the SD card in the side, so I can stop that whole topic. The only time I might talk about that is when the internal memory fails, and we're screwed and you got to send it all the way back to China, or buy a new board and do it yourself. Or eventually I'll probably have enough parts built up to where you can send it to me and I'll repair it like I do so many others. Which, like I said, I am all caught up. I don't have a single drone right now to repair. It's awesome. All my parts came in. I finished. I was off all this week. Tomorrow's my last day off. I'm working the weekend, but I'm all caught up. And it's awesome. It's such a great feeling, but I do want more. I do enjoy that. It's such a peaceful thing to sit right here. I used to do it all downstairs on my bench in the basement, but that's like a dungeon and it's a little depressing living down there in the basement working on drones. I really enjoy sitting here listening to music, watching people's live streams. I'll be in the chat and working on a quad. It's actually my therapeutic thing to do is to work on those quads. So, I'm going to start reading from after where Recovery and Lon were letting me know it's 7:20. The StreamYard feed. And then I'll read from there. So if you want to continue into the chat, anything I have missed, which I always do, because I'm doing other things, I always wait and tell you to repeat it. So if you ever have questions and you're a regular, just wait till I say, hey, post them now, because that's when I'll hit them. Lon is concerned with the construction. It looks flimsy. I don't know. See, I can't. I feel like they all feel very toyish, including the DJI Minis. I feel like they all have this very toyish feel to them. I have the Fimi X8 Mini right now, and then I've had the Mini, and now I have the Mini 2. I did not go out and buy the SE. That's just something I don't need, and I don't need to really do any comparisons with that. All you got to do is say the SE has this or that. I don't need to do anything with that. But to me, they all feel kind of flimsy. So the one thing I imagine is the very top of it. I don't know if anybody's ever had one yet and shown how the top is. The one thing they did on the Xeno 2 I did not like, and now when I get crashed ones, I see how bad it is. It's the thinnest plastic you'll ever. I mean, you can literally flex and bend without creasing the top black plate on that drone. It's. I mean, literally, I'm not kidding. You can take it and bend it into a horseshoe and put it back, and there's no crease or mark on it. When they crash, that presses down and gets in and compresses into the electronics and actually breaks stuff on the main board. So that if they have that type of top on the Mini, that's one thing that concerns me. That's the only thing I was worried about, because it's like that one solid smooth top and doesn't have any seams like Fimi put that little square seam in. Never mind. I'm not going to say a word. They put that little seam in place on the quad, and it actually adds a structural effect to it because, what's that word when like punched metal? It gives it strength. So I don't know, Lon. I don't know about the construction. It hasn't really been a huge issue to where that's anything I worried about. I totally think the cage on the bottom is stupid. I agree with you there. I would bet a lot of money on the fact that was totally an afterthought. That was something to bail them out on a quad that got shit hot on their desktops while they were programming it and messing with it. So going burning ourselves and having the imprints of a Hubsan Xeno Mini on our hands puts them at a liability. So they have to provide something and make sure they say it's for heat. And then if you don't use it and you burn yourself, that's on you. So they've covered their ass there. I totally agree with another YouTuber that you don't need it during flight. The blades, the movement of air, that should be enough. It is it is heat sinking and drawing heat from the bottom, according to what they say. So in flight, that should all blow off and make room for more heat to be absorbed. It's when it's sitting still and you're doing firmware updates, you're downloading the files from the internal memory, those type of things there. Put it on when you're doing that calibration where you aim the sensors at your computer screen, reminiscent of DJI. I'm told Evo 1. I've never done it. I've never owned an Evo 1. Hello, Joel Shepard. Always got to look for you. You step in a little bit late each time, but you're always here. And I am actually excited to see a bunch on the Hubsan Mini footage. DJI better release the Mini 3 this fall, or I'll get the Hubsan Mini. Now I actually hope that DJI delays on the Mini 3. I want somebody else to do well with this mini race. I'm going to keep you up there a little bit keep you up there a little bit there, Don, until I get to the next one. But I want to see them do good. I really want to see them do well. It's typical stuff that we don't have working features. For me, that's not a big deal. Some people actually buy quads for the features. It's a big deal for some. But this is nothing new with Hubsan or any of these smaller drone companies. If it happens with DJI, you never have a worry because it's usually only one or two things. And then that update is here tomorrow or the day after or the day after that. We don't know anything with Hubsan. You could have all these problems and then they say they fixed this and known bugs, and then they fix that feature, and then another feature that was working stops working. These are things you will live and experience. You will live these, I promise you, if you have this drone. It's just Hubsan history. That's the way it goes. And I'm not being negative. I'm just being truthful. I have been with the Hubsan 6 years buying their quads. And actually had a guy that sent me a comment from my last live and sent me a message on Messenger making sure he let me know I'm a little bit too negative about the Hubsan for him, and he had to unsubscribe from my channel and unfriend me. Wow, right? So we're not Facebook friends anymore. But yeah, whatever. I'm telling you my experience. You guys know I have the QC Hubsan Help and Support group. It's close to 5,000 people in that group. You see, if you're in that group, you see repeated same problems. That's what you go by as these are typical things. The first Xeno, Xeno Pro, all the Xenos sharing all these different, characteristics. You take the majority of people sharing these same characteristics. That's going to be the common thread of problems and the history that always seems to get repeated. You can often link that to firmware updates. Sometimes your very best firmware update is the first one that it comes with, because sometimes that is firmware that came from the developer of the board. With all the specs Hubsan wants, they put all that in there. Hubsan gets in and does their little tweaking, and then they want to hurry up and release this thing. So sometimes that first firmware delivery is the best one for a while because they have not had their hands in it. Worry when there is a lot of firmware updates like we're going to have. This one's going to need a lot of firmware updates. There's too many features that aren't working. 5 or 6 features do not work. They have to fix these sensors. The sensors come to a dead stop. Flying over a tree where you're going to clear the tree, like I said in my last live, you're going to stop. You're going to have to be higher than you normally would or turn off those sensors. Fortunately, they put it right on the front of the app. Just turn them off. I myself, I don't care about sensors so much either, especially like if you saw my DJI Mini 2 video, I went straight for a tree. I wanted to go through this tiny little spot in the tree, and I don't know what I was doing. I looked down. I don't know, but it went through when I wasn't looking. I was approaching it and I looked and did something else and I forgot I still had my thumb on the stick. Just pure 100% luck. It went straight through this tiny little area that was big enough for the drone, and it went through perfectly. And there's no way I could do it again without looking like I did. I was not looking when I aimed it in the beginning, but perception and all that, forget about it. It was pure luck. And that baby went straight through that tree. That was just another one where I was out flying, didn't intend to do any content with the Mini 2, DJI Mini 2, and did that. And I was like, I got to publish this because I thought it was really cool, man. Oh, Tony's back. Got your computer working. It's a little wonky since they fixed it today. I'm an Apple guy. I don't have computer problems. No, I've always been PC. Still got the PC laptop there, but this beginning of this year, whenever I bought it, I finally went out and bought me the big screen 5K Macintosh. So love that computer. This computer. So, especially editing. Editing was the biggest issue. That's why I got it. They're not cheap, though, but you can have a iMac Pro for years. You can have it for years. PC, sit here and do 4K, all the 4K editing that some guys do. I don't care how good and how fast that baby is. You are going to wear it down editing 4K all the time. I don't care what hard drive, solid state hard drive you have or what, or my experience anyhow, I've had them built. I've bought the best gaming computer. I bought the most powerful, this type of computer, and I wear them out. Mac that I had before this was from 2012. So it was a Mac laptop and it was perfectly fine. So Tony, you might want to switch over to Mac. It's a different world. But you've got this thing called YouTube to teach you how to do different types of things. It's a lot of command base versus just click, click, click. But once you learn all those commands, it's a great thing. Chad B got one. He got him a laptop. 38 people in here. We are at an hour, so I'm going to continue going through the comments here, and no, Lon, he changed it back, except it's something else. Chad, I think, is gone. Chad knows what it is. Chad told me, actually, but no, it's not Mr. Famous, not anymore. That lasted about, I don't know, less than a month. So I think if you want people to send you e-bikes, scooters, hoverboards, whatever he's going to do, I don't think Mr. Famous is the best choice of channel name. So I don't know. I don't follow him enough. I just happened to catch it. He changed to Mr. Famous. But nope, not Mr. Famous. He's and I think he's going to be doing some Mini 2 stuff from what somebody told me. Somebody told me he's at least been talking about it. That's one that's, he's got an axe to grind with Hubson. Everybody thinks I have an axe to grind with Hubson. Just because he used to do some things with him. I used to do some things with him. Neither one of us do. I don't have that type of relationship. They continued giving me all these free Xenos up until this one. I work on their drones for so many people. I have a help and support group of 5,000 people. I do so much Hubson tutorials on my channel. My channel is so much Hubson content. I definitely don't think I have an axe to grind. If anybody thinks I have an axe to grind or I'm too negative about Hubson, I don't know what's going on there. what's going on in that head. But yeah, he's gone back to the name Drone Worship, and it's something else. And I'm sure somebody will probably have it here in the chat once I get to it. Drone Worship sure ate Hubson alive. Yeah, he really did. And it was all typical typical him. Burns every bridge, every relationship he's in with people, every partnership he's done with people, it always gets burned. His ego completely eats it up. He never wrote firmware for them. He never had signed any type of disclosure thing with them. None of that. He did exactly what I did, tested stuff. I think I just did it a little better. His claim to fame, I think he says he's responsible for Superflyer on the H501S. He tested it. He did not design it. They did all that, which is exactly what I did with versions to follow once they came out with features and stuff for that bird. Because it never had Follow Me, Orbit, and all that kind of stuff, waypoint mission, stuff like that. I think it had Follow Me, but anyhow. Yeah, so he's changed. He eats a lot of things. For somebody who lost a lot of weight, he definitely is a foodie. That is some stuff that you'll see on his channel, especially now that he's on tour. He's out filming The Life of Dan on his scooter. You'll see him eat heart attack food a lot. I still think I'm betting my money on the Evo Mini. God, I really would like to see an Evo Mini. I really, really would, Matt. I don't know. I would think they would be stupid not to. They're not one to rush. They do come in usually with a fairly decent product like DJI. They don't stay ahead of DJI. They usually follow. They don't pump out a ton of models is what I like. They don't pump out a whole lot of models like DJI does so constantly. So I would say we probably have a really good chance that they will make a Mini eventually. Once everybody else has had their Mini wars, Autel will pop on in there with the most incredible Mini that will make you a cup of coffee and fry your bacon in the morning. Let's see what else we have here. Yes, Greg, it definitely has the heat issue, and you have it to tell us that. Can you fry an egg on it? If you flip it upside down, have it powered on, and are doing a firmware update, somebody, what's his name? He's some type of something explorer or whatever. I think I saw a thumbnail where he did a temperature check on the bottom. That's one thing I'm going to be doing from time to time, is hitting it with my laser, seeing how hot it is. Mike, you want a Evo Mini? I'll tell you actually where you can probably get one right now. You can probably go to JTurd Drone on YouTube, and he's probably giving them away. He's the one that gives away things before they're developed. That's where you can get one. I'm just messing with you, but everybody here knows the JTurd. Many of us became friends because of the JTurd and his scam, and the group of us all got together. Don, I think that's how I met you. A group of us all got together, and we did a video competition and did a real giveaway because the JTurd gave a fake one away. We felt bad for the people that subscribed to his channel, thought they were going to get a giveaway, and we all raised the money from ourselves and chipped in and bought a DJI Mini and gave that away. And made some good friends doing that. I really enjoyed that. I would love to do that again. Everybody just pitch in, give a little money. We'll buy a Mini 2 or something, and have everybody enter their video contests, their entries. There was some really good ones, some real creative ones, some that took a lot of work, and one of the more simple ones actually won it. It was just voted amongst like 5-7 of us. I forgot how many. I think it was more than that, like 9 of us. I don't know. Good night, Greg. Good night. Go get your Hubsan Mini and crawl into bed and cuddle it nice and tight and have yourself a good night's sleep. It'll keep you warm. It was definitely a community post. He mentions Chris in. What did I miss there? I'm sorry. Oops. What was I talking about, or what was being talked about where? I don't know. I don't, if it was Mr. Famous, drone worship, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. But if you want to be a little more precise there, you got to remember, Lon, things stick in his head for 5 minutes, they disappear. A lot going on here. Guido, I'm not going to say anything about this, but I do thank everybody. Thank everybody for the prayers. I just put out a little thing. I didn't say why I wanted them. I just said, everybody say a prayer, please, that my prayers are answered. No, it's not for my many too. It's been a hell of a week. There's been a lot of things going on this week that just are crappy. The weather, the flooding, not really flooding, but the power outages and all that are just silly material things. But you're off all week and that's crappy. But there has been some bad stuff to happen this week, and it's really eating at me. And that's also why I wanted to do a live tonight, because I get out of the mood that I'm stuck in, and pissed off and miserable and depressed, whatever. But I put out a word on Facebook. Everybody, please just pray for me. I've been walking around with my mom's angel for 2 days, just holding it in my hand, and I'm emotional over the fact that that's my mom's, not the problems that I'm asking everybody to pray about. But I've been walking around with that angel for 2 days because it's actually made things happen in the past, or at least I believe it has. I pray, I believe in prayer, and I carry this little angel around. So the power of prayer is also positive energy. I believe in that. And, based on what you just said right there, I just want to keep that private and leave it simply at, just give me your prayers, that my prayers are answered. And leave it at that. But thank you for asking, buddy. So are you going to land the Xeno Mini on your head? Yes. Joel, I actually have a folder of different goofy type of things like that. You've seen the one where I landed on my head. It's reverse videography video. Very simple. You just got to make sure cars and people aren't walking backwards behind you. But the one everybody has seen is of me and Chad. We did all that in reverse. So I did some with some other drones. And Chad was with me on one. I was actually trying to land the Mini 2, I think, maybe then it was the original Mini, on the bottom of my foot. So I was standing there with my foot kicked up behind me, and I was trying to launch it from my foot and make it look like it landed on my foot, because I wanted to do all these crazy different catches. And I couldn't hold my balance, and it was a trip. I should actually share that footage because I have it. But yeah, I want to put together a whole montage or collection of all my precise landings. And it's me kind of poking fun at this whole precise landing feature. And it's just me doing goofy ways, and I think it'll be entertaining. So yeah, you'll see something probably, Joel. And yes, Joel, you are a living example of prayers do work. I have prayed for you many, many times, had many conversations with you, made mention of a few things in chat before, and other people offering you prayers, and you are a survivor. And I believe totally because of your will and the power of prayer that happens. Yeah, Maddie, I got your text of the screenshot. I'm just not going to read it, where he mentions me. Maybe we can just call me Mr. Famous now. I mean, the big guy himself. who said, I will never make it in YouTube world. I am not cut out for this, is giving me a shout out. Oh, boy. Mike Kenny, work sucks this week. I can't say that. I've been off all week. I worked on Monday. I've been off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm off tomorrow. I work the weekend and Monday, and then I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. I have a great rotation. I love my rotation. Somewhere along the line, I'm off every day of the week. You know, not all at once, but, you know, sometimes it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sometimes it's Monday, Tuesday. Sometimes it's Thursday, Friday. Sometimes I only work 2 weekends out of 6 weeks. I'm off 2 weekends, and then I have a 4-day weekend as well in that mix. So it's a great rotational schedule. I love it, especially when you can take just two vacation days and have more than a week off. But I am sorry, Mike, that work sucks. But hey, you got a hot, sweet girlfriend. And I'm not saying that as a pervert. He told me so. Congratulations. Mike is a good dude. I like Mike. Everybody knows Mike. Mike is known like everybody knows Matt Cundiff, which now is Maddie's is Maddie. Maddie, I don't like calling you Maddie. I like to call you Matt. But since we have Matt Bagwell, and you guys are always usually in the same chats and all these live shows, I guess we have to call you Maddie. And Matt Bagwell is the Matt. And I want to give a shout out to Drone Worship because we know he's watching right now. Somebody alarmed him. And I don't know if that was just posted. Somebody alarmed him, and he quickly got to work. Maybe I don't know, or it was from my last live most likely because he got a shout out there too. I'm helping his algorithm. I'm helping build him subscribers. Everybody, I do this for the benefit of everybody else. If you buy that, I'll sell you some oceanfront property in Kansas. So I think we're coming down to the end here. I can probably say there is no more comments really to answer. Other people are saying good evening or good night. Good evening could be JSK Enterprises. Good evening could be you just stepped in because I don't remember seeing you, or it could be that you are leaving. No, you're actually just coming in because now you're saying hello. So since JSK Enterprises just came in, we have to start over and do a whole nother hour. That's the rule. Here's a little, see, just a huge knowledge base of information comes from this man here. I am going to be ending it, guys. If you're new in here, we did this already. Come and watch if you want to get these lights. Giving 5 away based on the turnout. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but based on the turnout, many people here have a very good chance. So go in the comments, leave your YouTube link, go watch this video all over again, and you'll figure out what you have to do to win one of these lights. It's strictly going to be off who I want to pick. That's how it works. But you got to see why. There was something else I was going to say. I thought it was based off of Lon's comment to Dale, but now I forget. You guys, really, ever since COVID, I have never gotten my brain back. I got so dumb when I was sick with COVID. If many of you know, I was pretty sick with COVID, and one thing that never went away was the memory. I lost that or never came back. Is the memory. Just I'll walk into a room dead set to do something, and I'll get there, and I feel like, what am I doing in this room? It's actually sometimes scary. The other thing is cough. I still have this silly little baby cough that just pops up all the time. It'll be just like I just did. It reminds me of Bill the Drone Reviewer. One time he said he was really sick, and throughout his whole life, he just kept going, these little tiny baby coughs. And I cracked up watching that whole thing. So now whenever I cough like that, it reminds me of that live. And they're just these worthless little coughs, but they don't do anything. It's not like I have a scratch in my throat. It's not like I need to cough anything up or, release any phlegm or anything. It's just these stupid little coughs. I'm not a smoker, but I vape. Things like that probably don't help, but I did not have that type of a cough prior. Now, there is existing condition involved there, so I think that is what you have the effect of. Anybody with existing conditions of any type, that's where I've heard you really kind of hang on to it. And speaking of that, is everybody really excited here about getting back into masks? We were, full. Anybody vaccinated didn't have to wear masks at work. Now everybody has to wear them again, and it's kind of sad seeing us going backwards here. No, brother, you rule. And another hour, I might run out of whiskey. No, I won't do another hour. We really should wrap it up here. It's called long COVID, Chris. A lot of people, see, this might be something never heard the term long COVID, but Chris, a lot of people have it after COVID. Yeah, I talk to a lot of people that just don't, fully haven't gotten their smell back or fully haven't gotten their taste back. And it's been way long time since they've had COVID. And it's been a long time since I've had it. It was in November that I caught it. And I was out of work for 6 weeks with that baby. I wasn't crucially sick that whole 6 weeks, but I could not return. They would not let me return to work. I tried 2 times and they wouldn't let me. So yeah, I mean, it's sad that we're going backwards. I don't want to turn this into a whole COVID talk and then get into the politics talk and then get into religion and all that. We can do a whole nother live show on that alone. And then all of us will start fighting and hating each other and unfollowing each other and subscribing to each other and not being friends on Facebook. And I won't give away lighting. And you won't buy my shirts. And you won't donate to charity. Okay, so I'm going to say, everybody's going on about the masks. Don, if you didn't know, his whole family tested positive. His wife was the sickest from what I saw. Don is a little bit of a baby, so he's going to hold on to this a little longer. His wife is rock solid tough. So she'll whip him back into shape and he'll feel better. Now, Don, I need to talk to you later anyhow. I haven't caught up with you in a while. But just out of curiosity, I'd like to just chat with you and see what you're hanging on to there as far as what side effects and stuff. Or if you probably fatigue is what I'm going to guess. That's one thing that's really hard to shake too. I think everybody holds on to the fatigue. I'm gonna avoid some COVID comments. What's Facebook? Fake book. It's home of a majority of 40 to 50-year-old men that stick their chests out, get on their keyboards in the basement of mom and dad's basement, living with their mom and dad and being keyboard warriors. That's what fake book is. Peace and love, Matt. Peace and love. Do you guys know the peace and love? Do you understand that? Chad and I, when we got together, he's always peace, peace. Even when I talk to him on the phone, I'll say, later, man. I'll usually say yak at you later, and he'll say peace. All his videos, he says peace. I just want to see if anybody knows where peace and love comes from. Maybe if I do, maybe I'll give you a sticker or something. I don't know. I don't have anything else really to give away. I do have a sample hat from 4 Imprint I'll give you away. It's a very comfortable hat, though. I would hate to part with it, except it says 4 Imprint. I was sampling hats for my own logo. But where does peace and love come from? Anybody know? If you are a Howard Stern fan and you listen to Howard Stern fan, then you definitely should know who peace and love comes from. It comes from a lot of things. Like if you ever, like one of my favorite shows when I was younger was The Young Ones. And Neil on The Young Ones would say peace and vegetable rights. He was a hippie. But peace and love comes from Ringo Starr. Sure, everybody has said it before, but if you Google peace and love, you're most likely gonna. If you do Google images, I guarantee you'll find a lot of Ringo Starr peace and love, and it's because at one point in his career he said, "That's it, stop. Don't send me any fan mail. Don't send me anything to autograph. If you do, it will get thrown in the trash. And I say this with peace and love." And he kept saying throughout that whole thing, peace and love. I say it with peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. That's pretty much how he said it. So that became a really big thing on the Howard Stern show. And it's just something that I would say periodically. And then it came to life once me and Chad became friends. And that's why at the end of all my videos now, I say peace and love. So that's where it comes from, Ringo Starr. And that's about it. A lot of you guys don't know who Howard Stern is, I'm sure, if you're from somewhere else. Although majority of people really are in the U.S. right now. I think UK and everywhere else is sleeping, getting ready to wake up soon. But yeah, let's end it here. I see it looks like a very, very good ending point. Thank you all. Still, I mean, I held a pretty consistent number in the chat. It wasn't one of my records, but that's all good. This was actually a lot more comfortable to sit here and spend more time with you guys in the chat. That's why I went an hour and a half this time, because it was much easier to keep up with the chat and sit here and bullshit with you guys. And I do really appreciate you guys being here, and I do like to share that time and talk with you guys. And then Fly Zone Drone pops in, so now we got to go another hour again. Don, do you have enough whiskey for us to go another hour? No, we'll end it on that, guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And do enter, honestly, do enter this. Put in a link to your channel, even if you think you have the best lighting and your channel looks beautiful. There might not be enough entries to where this is really worth doing, and you might just get it. I might only get 3 entries when I have 5 things to give away. So go back and watch this video if you're just coming in. Learn how you win the sucker or these babies, and get them out of my office and into your home or a studio. So we'll end in saying peace and love. Peace and love.